1,400 horsepower, over 1,000 kilometers of range at a fraction of the price. This is the Cullinan of Hangzhou Bay, the Zeekr 9X, and it is coming to Malaysia. So I am here in freezing Harbin to test out this 9X in extreme weather conditions and see whether can it perform. Let's find out. My name is Adrian, I'm all about the details, and you're watching cDrive.
I overcame. They try to break us, but they couldn't do a thing. I try to tell them, man, this is not a game. Don't do it for the fame, I do it for the name. Okay, I overcame. Nunca pa' atrás, sigo pa'lante, eso por ley. Tanto trabajo, pero vivo como rey. No es por la fama, dog, I do it for the...
So obviously why it's called the Cullinan of Hangzhou Bay, simply because of the design of the front end, as well as the entire side 3/4 panel profile, has a lot of reference to the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, especially the sloping C-pillar over here. Now it's quite a sizable car, however, the wheelbase is only 3,100 plus millimeters, which is 100 plus millimeters shorter compared to a Rolls-Royce Cullinan. And over to the rear, it has more resemblance to a Range Rover with the taillight design as well as the powered tailgate opening. It's based on a 900 volt architecture platform, meaning that it's able to support super fast charging of up to 450 kilowatts of DC input. And being Zeekr's flagship model, it comes equipped, fully loaded, everything you can imagine from a luxury flagship SUV, air suspension, auto leveling, CDC suspension, powered tailgate, heated massaging seats, ventilated seats, everything you can imagine is all inside here. But there's one thing that's very interesting with the 9X is the door opening. It's a touch of a button and it opens up 90 degrees automatically. And once you hop in, a tap of a button right here, auto closing doors. And inside here is just screams luxury. There's a variety of color options that you're able to have. However, something that's quite interesting here is that there's no passenger display. You know that in Chinese cars, it's all very focused in terms of the big screens and all that. But one thing that's very unique in the 9X is that it supports an AI voice command assistant. So you call by, "Hi Eva,
哎，
打开座椅加热，
座椅加热已经打开，
关闭天窗，
天窗已经关闭了。
关闭遮阳帘，
好的，关闭遮阳帘。
打开后排娱乐主机。”
好的，打开了。
This is the rear seat infotainment screen, which you're able to adjust for the second row passengers or the third row passengers. And the voice command system is able to detect from which seat the command is coming from, and it will just listen to that person's command. And this right here is a touchscreen. Yeah, you can use loads and loads of apps back here. And let's see. This one for the camera. Something that's very cool in here is that when the music it's hitting along the beat, the seats, the middle row seats, the back, the massaging function just gives you a little tap on the back. So you get that sort of immersive 3D, 4D-like experience listening to it. Nice. So now I'm seated inside the Zeekr 9X and we're doing a Gymkhana. Must feel a little bit weird. Why are we doing a Gymkhana in a large luxury SUV in this? Is to showcase the performance, the comfort and the handling capabilities of the 9X. The 9X is very easy, surprisingly very easy to manage. With the air suspension and the continuously variable dampers and a cheeky little slide there. You must always watch where you're going, and yeah, slide it around. An almost 3-ton SUV on ice. It's surprisingly easy to manage. Now, I have ESC off, so it's all down to the car's inherent balance. In a tight course like this, whoa. And go a bit on the throttle, and we're good. Alright, so now we're driving the Zeekr 9X through an off-road course. So there's a variety of drive modes you can set up this car, but right now we're in adaptive. So what adaptive does is that using the cameras, the LiDAR cameras, sensors, it's able to scan the road conditions and adapt the car's drive mode, powertrain, transmission, power output according to the road conditions to give you the best driving feel for that road conditions. Now this one here, it's powered by a plug-in hybrid system. So you get a 2-litre turbocharged petrol engine that acts primarily as a generator to charge up the battery pack. And then here, depending on the configuration, this one we're in right now is a 3-motor setup. So I get 1,400 horsepower at any given time. And I have up to 1,125 kilometers of range, of combined range in this. So right now, what I noticed firsthand is that it's a very easy car to drive. So the steering is light and easy. And you might be wondering, why am I driving, or why is Zeekr letting us drive it on icy conditions? Because Malaysia roads, you know, we are dry as heck. Well, that's because Zeekr is here to prove that despite the conditions, no matter how challenging the road may seem, their vehicles are able to perform at the highest level, and which the 9X proves and goes to show beyond confidence. That's their tagline for this winter driving experience. All of their cars are very easy to control, very easy to modulate, even in this sort of challenging conditions. Very, very slippery. All this car has is running on a set of winter tires, and these are 22-inch alloys. So this one really is the top grade stuff. You can look at my steering inputs. It's just very effortless and easy. The traction control is just controlling, going across, going around. Oh, fantastic. And at the Gymkhana course, I was slipping and sliding in the car around in a 3-ton SUV, but it still just performs so flawlessly, and you get so much control out of this. It does not feel like I'm driving a 3-ton car. It does not feel like I'm driving a car with a 3-meter plus wheelbase. It's a very light, easy, nimble car. And that's partly due to the 3-motor setup, whereby it's able to have very accurate or very fine torque vectoring control, which then helps this car to maneuver a lot more livelier compared to a regular petrol car. And when it comes to the braking performance, it's a very easy to modulate brakes. And now we're going into some slightly tougher stuff. The suspension automatically jumps up to its highest position, to its very high. And thanks to the dual chamber air suspension setup, it's able to do this within 70 milliseconds and up to 125 millimeters of height difference with its lowest to its highest settings. And we're going through a V galley right now, just very slowly. Easy does it. It not only in adaptive drive mode, it not only automatically adjusts the drivetrain settings, the suspension height, it also adjusts the electronic stability control. So depending on what sort of conditions you're in, to give you maximum traction and passability. Wow, this car is just so clever. And another thing to note that when this car eventually comes to Malaysia, it's not going to be cheap, because unlike other models in Zeekr's lineup, which are all EVs, this one will be subjected to a tax bracket similarly to a conventional ICE-powered SUV, because of its 2-liter hybrid powertrain. So which means it's going to be slapped on an 80% excise duty tax the moment it touches the port. So yeah, we're looking at a whole lot more expensive compared to the other Zeekr models sold in Malaysia. My rough guesstimate will be in the region of 6 to 800,000 ringgit thereabouts. Just look at the 009. Just take that as a sort of a benchmark and slap on an 80%. So essentially double up the price. And yeah, we arrive about 7 to 800,000 ringgit price point. However, you're getting the best of Hangzhou Bay, the best of Zeekr, 900 volt architecture platform, 1,400 horsepower, over 1,100 kilometers of driving range, and you get up to 6C super fast charging, and this one I think is up to 400 or 450 kilowatts of DC fast charging. So yeah, it's an immensely impressive product. 6 seats, very comfortable. Honestly, if you compare this against an equivalent, say Range Rover, Bentley Bentayga, Rolls-Royce Cullinan, this screams exceptional value. But of course, if you're comparing to your regular X5 GLEs, then yeah, you might think that this is on the pricier side of things. But yeah, it's definitely a very impressive product from Zeekr. So what do you think of the Zeekr 9X looking at this model design, the performance, the interior? Would you say that it's worth its money? Let me know in the comment section below. My name is Adrian, thanks for watching cDrive, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more detailed videos like this. Bye bye.